So if you happen to be curious about how to set up this private web page on your website, here's how it would work on my website, which is hosted through Wix currently. I'm just gonna come down here and add menu item, new page. It's gonna give me a bunch of options here. You can either kind of start from scratch or do what I'm gonna do, which is to just duplicate a previous page. So that's what I'm gonna do here. Just right click and hit duplicate. I'll give it a name. I'm gonna set this up for my pattern called Wonky Woven. So now I can navigate to that page. But before I do that, I'm gonna come in here and look at my settings. So first you'll kind of notice that there's this little like I with a slash through it. That just means that this page is hidden. It's not in my navigation bar anyway. So if I come and look at my page here, you can see that there's no navigation in any of kind of my menu. It's not under patterns. It's not linked to any of these things. There's no way to just kind of go in the navigation bar and find this page. You have to have the URL for it. The second thing I want to do is look at my SEO settings. So we can give it a new title here if we want to. I would recommend actually giving this a numeric code. So if you've got like a pattern number in here that's got like, you know, GQ 142, something like that, right? Put that in here. That's really good. That makes the URL less kind of easy to guess for someone who hasn't bought your pattern. And then the really important section is basically this setting, right? So it says, let search engines index this page. I'm going to leave that off. If you have this turned on, Google will eventually kind of crawl this page and understand what it's about and then start serving it up in search results if it's got relevant content on it. I don't want that happening because this is going to be a private page for just people that have bought the pattern. So I don't want it included in my search results at all. Every single web provider will have something like this, but it's going to look very different depending on what service you happen to be using. If you have an option for advanced SEO settings, you might want to go in there. I'm not going to get into what all of this is, but basically the meta tags is what I'm interested in. And we want to make sure it's got a no index tag checked on that. That's again, going to tell Google not to index this and not to serve it up in search results. If you have kind of that setting turned off on the previous page, like I showed, it should have automatically been checked, but this may actually be the way to exclude it from search results in your particular web software. You might not have kind of the toggle switch that I showed before. So just make sure it's tagged with a no index setting. And then from there, you can basically put whatever you want on this page. So what I would typically do is just kind of put a little welcome here. Hey, thanks for buying my pattern. And then I would just kind of include links to these things. So I would have, you know, a little bit of text that says coloring page, and then I would link that to a file, which is the coloring page download. Same thing for each individual resource that I'm providing. You can include some images on this page just to make it look a little bit nicer, a little prettier, whatever you want to do. But the idea is that only people who have bought this pattern will end up finding and landing on this page through that QR code scan.